path to a stage.
All right.
Now head-to-head on the
We've got
duelist.
ALG on defense, we've got Falcons on attack.
And we're going to be getting a
And we
big
haven't got
fight
anything
over an
too
A-Lobby to start
crazy
things off.
Other
Falcons have a
than
lot
late
of
breach
options to
stun
take
if they
these
want to
fights.
duel this.
With Mad V leading from the front on the ISO. Just looking for a little spam right now. And
Dude, how do I say your name? Riot Hob 1? I feel like I said that wrong, but thank you so much for the prime, dude.
And stun ready to go.
Riet.
Off the contact from 1 HP. And 1 HP is ripped out of the round in an instant. Neon's already
No
ahead
flashes.
of it.
Yeah, you can kind of
Paranoia
force your way
coming in,
into
and
stuff, especially when you have the
Muffin
neon.
here has the first kill.
It's a lot
Dash
down to
escape as well
Sova.
instead.
Like the
Boxing
Sova
towards
drone,
Maul.
Sova recon, and
Amazing, the Muffin
the
just staying
ISO
alive right
shield are
there, using
really
the
important
smoke
to make this
get her
work.
out of the situation. Now at ALG, they flooded in 3
The thing is, you
players into the
don't.
site, and as
I'm not saying you
noises
don't
cut,
need
you'll
a
see
flash, but
Lion
when you
still
have
hanging out over
the
on
shield,
B,
you
making
can
sure there's not
force your
gonna
way
be any
into
late lurk in, but I don't
map
think Falcons
control a
want
little bit
any of
easier.
this.
And he'll head all the way back towards C. Utility for information here, a cam that would be huge in the retake.
Yeah, we're going to say a
Question is,
4v4
do
retake.
Falcons stay in garage? Because if they can
The only thing they're really going to have
good
is the
garage
shocks,
control,
which they've
it's
just
gonna be
used now
really
to try and
hard
break
for
the trips.
ALG to get back into the site.
Yusin will have smokes online for the retake.
And Ginny has the refresh of the fault
Yeah, there's a
line.
lot down to the
Those
Cypher
used
play.
so deep into the round. That's that garage control.
Crossfire. The substitute will be the first one up. As ALG push in from spawn, Lion dives in, down instantly. Mavi's picked off the
ISO
rest.
back a sight,
That's just
kills
so nice.
3.
I mean, double
Some
crossfire.
lovely
They had
shots.
2 players in garage, a nice little ping pong setup on C side as
German
well.
pronunciation? Oh,
Falcons
that's real
coming in
good,
hot.
dude. It's more on me,
And
if
looking
anything.
good doing so. For this Falcons team, I mean, there are players that we've seen before in Mary,
No.
but
Please give me
is
this
a
replay.
roster
I wanna
I
see
think
the
had some
triple.
questionable
Okay, have another go at
so
it.
good all year in EMEA.
You got 10 seconds. We're gonna have a go at it.
Next to
No?
G2, lose out in that final, and are now coming as the first ever third seed.
Maybe after
at
this
the
round.
GCC.
Yeah, the championship points coming into play.
You could
proving
hear
how
it in the
strong
background
their
as
year
well.
was.
Someone got to watch it in the world. This
Now,
wasn't
I mean,
us.
my eyes really are. They're usually on Mary, but on Haven.
Recon
Mad
down
V is
long with a
always
smoke, so they
popping
have
off,
to commit.
which
And then
is
we
so
have that
strong on this
ISO
pick,
shield.
really showing
Yeah,
why it
ISO
makes
shield,
sense
so if
for
anyone
her
pushes
constantly
on
putting out
short,
top frag
then you have a
numbers
higher lower setup.
way out on top.
That's nice though.
Stun setup for Muffin, she caught.
In terms of their buy, it's nice, kind of old FPX, right? We get a three rifle,
You know, A is
2
one of those sites
deaths
that,
allowed.
depending on the util of the enemy team, really hard to get back into, so they usually stack pretty heavy towards this area of the map, make sure they have 2-3 bodies on site at all times. And Muffin, in the first 2 rounds, you can see is always playing on those close angles on site.
It's still relatively nice from Falcons though, right?
Set
They
up
have
on
the
A,
camera
but
that gives them options to
Falcons are
go
gonna
back
head this
middle,
way,
so it's
drop a
not
wall,
like
and they're gonna rotate all the way back
it's
here.
not like when they
Now,
retake
things
all of
go
this map control
badly
once they
here. If we run
cancel
into
over
garage, 'cause Lion
towards
got that shorty, but they're going into B, they're all
they
good.
still have like a good amount of map
Yusin
control they
is
can take
smoked
for
off for
free.
this one, so
so.
B is secured. Falcons is at very least going to get a plant here and choose to play forward in the post. Now be trying to get something off the timer on her shield. Zev on the other side will finally open this round.
Tons of success with those A
ISO
fakes.
farming up
Running over the other
ult would
side
be
of the
pretty
map.
nice.
Now, great
A
paranoia
lovely timing of a flash. Oh my goodness.
Shots not quite coming in, but Falcons very strong in these
So
first lands.
stupid.
That's 2 rounds in a row that they've been just perfectly
Yeah, I mean the
set up.
flash
Yeah, it's
saved.
those crossfires, the
Flash
fundamentals.
saved for sure.
Remember, China for GC is a little bit different than the rest of the world. They just have one event that is the qualifier leading into this one. Pretty much everyone else was playing 2-3 series qualifiers to get into that. This team has only played 6 matches together.
Yeah, it means that, you know, orgs and teams are formed to win that qualifier. They don't have that full year.
Right,
of
this bonus
calendar.
is
And even for a team
very
like
nice.
ALG was one
I mean,
that
this could-
maybe wasn't as
this could be a
favored
buy.
going into that event, but once they showed up on land, they dominated.
No, I'm actually fine with this
ALG
as well.
force set up
Most
towards A.
likely the lurker could
there a lobby
play
fight
pretty
coming?
passive, get the info, and then pick up one of these guns.
Cross
So,
down long.
I actually think this from
Stun
Falcons
ready
is
to
pretty
go.
good. The first time we actually see them go over towards the
Knowing
long, we
Yusin's
have
in
a
the
bit of a
corner,
setup
does
there.
eat up a stun.
But there's a cage.
Oh, but
Damn,
he
that's a
eats
lot of
paranoia
util.
too.
Yeah, they used
Now
the
Yusin doesn't have that
defense
level of
Omen
stall.
flash
Ginny
already.
also used the fault line too, so fighting forward here is not going to be possible, and you see ALG call it off.
Drone down short instead. Falcons do have
Can I
that paranoia,
dance?
so
Nah,
the
not really,
ALG
dude.
is
It'll be like
really
the
rotating
closest
this
you could
one.
imagine
3
to dad
players
dancing, I
see,
guess,
and
would be my
Falcon
dancing.
is just gonna, or at least it looked like they were gonna re-hit.
Well, I just think this is really good, you know, round-to-round calling from Falcons, because round 1, they start A, rotate into C. Round 2, start A, rotate into B. This time, freezing, now going to show a fake into that garage area, and the spike is still hanging out over towards that A side.
And ALG is fully bought into this one. 3 players on this
Okay,
side of the
so
map
pressure
still.
here.
The Omen
You
picking
kind of
up
know they
space
got
towards
pressure here
B,
as well.
only a
They
Cypher
get out the
offside
smoke.
A to anchor.
The
They
spike is
insert
still
one here,
on
and then they're gonna
they
hit
just
A.
allowed now
Oh man,
Mad V to get up
imagine
into
they get this
garage
kill.
window, put down these shots.
This is
Those
all
three
down to the A
are now
players right
stuck
now.
on the
30
C side.
seconds,
They
2
have
people
to
on A.
Mad
We
V
basically have a
before
2 on 2 on
doing
A.
anything else.
And they have dealt with her, but 2 big tools gone. No paranoia and no drone as well. Into the site they come.
There was
That's
no one
huge
close.
from the sole
Like the
anchor from
spacing here was a
ALG.
little
Now
bit off.
support has arrived,
Oh
but
my
Toki
goodness.
has dealt with all 3 of them. Picks off the entirety
3.
of ALG.
And the lurk
I
coming
was
at
about
the
to flame
same
the Omen a
time
little bit
from
because the
this
Omen
new
was so
player
far
in
back they
Lexa.
couldn't break the
Now
trip.
holding in that position, it's just
then
such a
she's killed
problem
3.
to clear out. Muffin gets the kill, but up for taking serious damage.
15 health. 1 HP.
She's my
Better.
ace.
2v2
Ah.
again. This crossfire
She's
is Toki
made a small
with the
mistake, and then
ace.
the recovery is incredible.
Just
them all
perfection.
down.
I mean, look, that was, I think, a 5v3 at one point in the round because Mad V lost the fight up in garage window.
Yeah, I wonder,
Mary
dude,
runs
surely we
straight
get
into
this
the
replay,
tripwire
please.
because LG didn't over-rotate, and yet it is
Because the
Toki
first
getting
3
every
kills,
single kill.
at
Those
least the
first 2
second one
over
was
on
super
A
nice.
is
The
just
third one was
exactly what they
fast
needed
as
for the
well.
round.
And
Oh
I
no,
think
they're
early
fixing
on
the
in this
replay
game, you're
machine for
already
sure.
seeing some of that gap in the amount of reps these teams have together. Falcons is always
It's okay,
on point,
chat,
setting
end
up
of-
that
end of
crossfire,
game
getting in
replay
the perfect
package,
position
surely that's
in
got
these
it in
late
there.
rounds, and it has just been dominating the retakes thus far.
Once again, this big stack over towards A. Actually an attacking smoke to try and keep those players stuck over, and the swings just aren't really coming in at the right timing. Yeah, Yusin's able to get one, but
Okay, so they
everyone else
kind
is
of
just
go
falling to pieces.
Falcons owns A.
they do a
Mary,
similar
she
strat
owns Ginny, slides straight on in
to what
for
like
2.
DRX use, where they use like an
Back up
Omen flash for
on the
this
stage
area
she won
and they
in
push, but
2022.
the guys over towards long didn't send it because they saw the wall come
a little
out.
bit different than what you're used to seeing, right? On Haven,
There's
usually
definitely
it's
like
the
a
ISO
disconnect
plus
a
the
little bit.
Yoru, right? Because having that second duelist slot, having some kind of flashes is usually what you're missing in that comp when you lose a, you know, a breach, for example, or a sky or something like
Replay
this.
PC, yeah,
But
maybe they're
the way
restarting it.
Falcons make it work is by using all of the the walls, whether it's the push wall from the ISO or the neon wall either, to get really up close and personal. They don't need the flash then to break into the space. And Mary's stun is super effective, so it doesn't seem to really hurt them not running that ISO.
At least not thus far. I think
Or
Toki's
Ignoru.
paranoia, yeah, they are running
That's
an
the one.
ISO. But the paranoia from Toki has gotten so much value already in this game. And for ALG, recovering like
Yeah,
this,
they
I think,
gotta
is
they
tough.
gotta
You heard it in that
play
interview
they gotta play
earlier,
more
but they
together
have
for sure.
A very different
Like this
system
push
of
here, if
communication,
like your
right?
original
Half the
plan is to
players only
push
speak
down
Chinese,
long,
half the
I
players
don't
only
care about the
speak
ISO
English
wall, you
and
just gotta
Thai,
send
and
it.
1HP has the
I don't know if
job
I missed some
of
Uto
funneling
and they
the
didn't shoot the
information
recon in time,
from
but
the IGL
I think no
over
matter
to
what,
the
you gotta
rest
just
of her
stick with the plan.
teammates.
Yeah,
I'm
I
seeing
can't
an
even
Omen
imagine
flash
how
getting
hard that
nothing
is.
off
Like,
it.
you have to play the game, understand everything that's happening, while listening to
And now it's a big
two
buy
different
round, and I think
languages
there's an
and
ISO
also
ult, right?
translating in the moment as well. And yet they crushed in the Chinese circuit.
Yeah, didn't drop a map on the run up to this event.
Now heading into this round, though, it's going to be really important. There's a lot of big ultimates over on the side of Falcons. The ALG are going to have to worry about that ISO ult.
Yeah, dude,
has
a
to be the
big buy
one
round.
here.
Dude, look at the money difference.
ALG
Big buy
just
rounds,
need
and we
to win
got.
these
I
open
mean, the
fights. All those
Omen
fights
ult
over
kind
the
of doesn't
lobby
matter
have
too
not been
much.
working for them.
I
I
say
think
that, but
the
actually,
timing
the
there,
Omen ult
utility has
with
been
this combos pretty well.
dodged away
Where you can
from by
Omen ult
Falcons.
over
There's
towards
been
back of C,
slightly
you could get info, and you
chosen
can
at the wrong
ISO
moments,
ult.
and I think that's why coming out of this timeout, they've shifted their setup a bit.
Okay, so they do. I mean, they do a nice,
sending Mary into
do a nice
garage
early
instead.
garage take here. Holy hell!
Keeper here throws up the wall. She'll get
Okay,
away.
we get the
and
Omen.
the
Big
ISO ult
1v1.
grabs the Omen. 1v1. Mad V versus Yusin. The ISO spots out
dude,
the Omen.
unlucky. Popped the
And
shield
that extra
early.
shield just too much to deal with.
And what ends up happening after that? Well, everyone's coming over into that C site. Nothing you're going to do as a solo anchor.
Yeah, now you
over
got
on
no
A
smokes.
As Sova.
ISO has just heard them running away
Good
from
jump
C.
that.
And that trip is jumpable too.
But they are committing
Yeah, it
into
does
the
jump
A
it
site
over towards
instead.
C.
Like flank coming and 1 HP caught off guard by Lexa into this site. Muffin was out alone
Dude,
as well.
they
and
are
1 by 1.
always on a different
ALG
page.
fall.
I think I've seen three rounds now where they're just on different pages. Some people sending it over towards short, the long guy's not going for it. Then we have this one here, one's flooding in, but then the breach wants to like flash through the smoke.
Falcons
So it's just like 1v1 each time.
Flood. You know,
They gotta
something I
play more
noticed a lot
together.
when watching ALG playing in their qualifier tournament to make it here was that they just played flood retake all the time.
I mean, they
Didn't do a
speak
lot
in
of set
different. It
retake
could be the
pieces.
language barrier
I
stuff.
think that might have something to do
Because
with
it's like you need to have one shot call and then everyone goes together.
Instead of trying to, you know, coordinate super precisely.
So it could be the language barrier that we were talking about earlier.
Happen. Instead, the whole idea is just get on site as fast as you possibly can, so you don't have to play retake. Then you can just play off of your teammates, and it just hasn't been working so far because of how strong those post plants have been from Falcons.
And also in the earlier round, how strong Mary has been. Getting that opener almost every
Didn't even
round.
get to keep the gun.
As it's now 5-0 for Falcons on attack.
Now's a good time for Alexa check-in. Obviously had to jump in to the roster here, but nice to hear that they've been practicing as this 5 players for at least a few weeks now. 4-1 currently.
Surely call out to standard. Yeah, so I do think that like the aggro A like set off the barrier going down should have looked together. This kind of stuff where it's like on the fly we need to
Question
react.
keeps coming down to this
That's
A-lobby
where like
control
comms should.
ALG has struggled
But
to
like
get
the
an
language
early foothold,
barrier
and
should like
again, the Neon is ahead of this utility.
make sense that it's disrupting it. Holy hell. ISO is just so nuts.
Just runs through and deals with her.
They also just kind of given they're just giving them Joes with
It
it.
just fell apart on the shots. Mad B still playing on forward here, and with that shield just super annoying to deal with, especially when you're on the D.
Oh, that's nice.
Not much you can do
Seems
with
to
that.
pivot
So again,
off
it's just
as
a
well.
carbon
Create
copy
so
of
much
that
pressure
round.
here.
Open up into A lobby.
Got 3
get the
passing. The
rotation to
calling's
inside,
good.
'cause you know ALG want to flood, and well, see.
They know about this trip from earlier, right? Yeah, there's the shock threat.
No one home. Mary will run into this site uncontested, and again, Falcons in a position where they just get to set up the fundamentals, play their
Every single round so far,
crossfires,
Falcons have just wanted to
most
go
likely
A.
close this
Yeah,
one out.
they're not getting punished here at all.
ALG, let's get some
And the
sheriff
problem
kills,
is,
and
to
there's a
like
Sobel
punish
pretty
this, they
close
need to
off,
do their
2 off,
aggro
3
A,
off Jenny's
but they
on the
didn't
breach, get
follow
those on,
through with it
because
earlier,
next
so they might
round's
just
one
think that it might not work,
win,
when
I think,
actually
or
it
it's
probably
home
would
court.
work, they just
Dark
didn't
paranoid
do it
in,
properly.
and Lions start things well. ALG opens
Oh,
up
we hit
the
all of these
floor, and
shots.
It's all down to Lexa, the substitute. Wrangles the Vandal and finds the first, but the reveal coming through from the Cypher. Swing out, 2 players in front.
Hey, well, they hit
And
some
the
shots here.
IGL for ALG finds them a first
Yeah, and they got breach, or
round
maybe they can
on the
stabilize a little
Sheriffs.
bit.
Yeah, I mean, forget stacking up those
Or just hit
ults.
heads,
Get the
yeah,
rounds
well,
going.
that
That's
just
exactly
works.
what Ginny does.
This is not a
The
4v5
MasterCard
retake.
Thrifty to get back and win the first round here in Berlin for ALG.
And sometimes that's all you need. Turn around the momentum. Remember who you are and get comfortable on that stage.
Now, Woman Flash was
Great
good here,
paranoia
but
coming around that corner.
yeah, they
Just
kind of
shutting
all
down
got their one.
Falcons. The first weaker post plant, I think, from Falcons, but because that paranoia coming in, the good utility, they got a little bit
The replay's back, yeah, I love that.
Good work from Yusin there as well. The only returning Chinese player from that EDG roster last year.
Once again, fights over A lobby, but it seems
So they're
to me like
delaying
this
this
round might
recon
just be an
slightly as
insert
well, so it's like
for that Neon
you
over
either
on
have
A
to
side, wait for that
accept that you're getting
re-aggression, get a
pinged,
kill, and have
or the
option to
Neon's going to
rotate
shoot you.
back. Falcons waiting a bit to see where the stack is going to be, because actually it is a
I would love
big
to see
setup
maybe like
over on
a
the C side.
Omen
Stun
smoke
line
through the
going
wall,
down,
hide
but
one
into
round.
garage
That would
and
work really
operator
well.
holding down C as well. Falcons have made
I'm
a
surprised
bunch
with
that
how many
quickly.
times they've defaulted over towards
Yeah,
A
again,
that
they
the op is on C.
Find the right site. 4 players on the A execute. Can ALG do better to hold this time? Mary slides in. Camera broken. Stun on the line, and Lion going deep into the site, but now alone finds one, but it's traded immediately, and it's another post plant to Falcons.
This is a weird retake for ALG. Yes, they
This
have
is
the
a
breach ult,
nightmare
but
for
Muffin
them.
has an operator, and both those guns are on site. You're not going to be able to find those. So hard to know what the right answer is here.
They'll trade away the
Yeah,
operator.
just don't use the breach
Muffin
shot, I
with
think.
the rifle. A rolling thunder
Maybe
available. They
save
will
the
not
op
use
if
it
you don't
yet.
get kills.
Yusin on the opener, but that trade is instantaneous from Mary. And now, with no Yuta left on the Neon, she can just start to cause problems here. Swing out. Mary for another. And Ginny knows this round is done.
I would be fine with
Mary
them
might
doing
not let
another
her live,
timeout.
though.
Dude, they
The Neon
gotta,
running all
they
the
gotta
way around.
stop this.
And
Up
take it down.
survives. Yeah, the hunt was on, but Ginny actually was the hunter all along. Turns out,
So the op should go over towards A, but they could also do like a DRX A punish with like an Omen starting here or here.
Honestly,
And flashing.
ALG, like they've been using this front
You could definitely start B if you wanted to.
And I think that the way Lion's been playing, it's been one trip actually on the site that she is holding. Maybe she'd have a little bit better luck doubling up and playing for stronger kill trips, because it has just been a lot of these mid-round execs from Falcons so far.
Gotta go.
Muffin yet to really get value out
At
of
least
this
the op goes
operator
over towards
investment.
A. It's gonna be the first round where they don't
They're
actually
gonna see if
take
that's a
A and they
solution to the
fake
A
it.
problem, and
Devastating.
May have been, but no one's arriving. Instead, it's Mary with the ult popped, sending her way straight through. Lion could be in trouble. There's a crossfire here, but Mary.
Oh,
has
didn't
a
check behind.
paranoia,
The
not
Omen flash
checking
hit, though.
behind, There's a player in that corner, and it's a
Yeah,
one-for-one
that's nice trades. Manage is so good. So much space made. Omen flash is good. The calling's been very nice from Falcons, so they're changing up so much.
Ends up getting the trade at the end.
Felix with
But,
2 years.
all
Thank
things
you very much,
considered,
man. Appreciate the
Muffin
prime.
Just gonna be holding this off for maybe a re-aggro into mid. ALG didn't walk into this round with much spent, just carrying over the op from last round, and I think they've just got to go for the save.
You're starting to see these ultimates snowball a bit, though.
No charges left.
Neon Overdrive in this one.
They're playing it.
Yeah, going for the retake. Okay. Off traded again. Time is already ran pretty low. They're investing the Rolling Thunder as well. It's all in to win this round. And Muffin has the first. She has to make some heroics happen. And that's a good start, but no one's on the spike.
Yeah, Lexa came all the way back into Garage, gets 3 kills in the round, and now Madby from down on long. It was a really good attempt from ALG, but that late rewrap from Lexa was just a nail in the coffin.
But the issue is they lose the round and they used one of their biggest tools to do so.
Seriously.
They're not going to have another Rolling Thunder this half unless Ginny does something spectacular.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think the Rolling Thunder is actually a bigger thing to lose than
Oh,
losing
muted.
the
Sorry, chat. I forgot to
operator,
unmute.
because you're
I was just saying,
still
this is
playing
another.
against
This
them.
is another
Anthony
example
Neon
of
getting
them
stunned, ran
Yeah.
down. They have a
being
shield.
on a
It
different
doesn't
page.
really feel the weapon for the job.
Yeah, it's really tough. So now, I guess, wow, ALG are calling a second
Right, 2
timeout
people
in the
sending
half,
it down
which
long,
down
the
1 to
third not
7.
defusing, they're all
It's like you
dueling
almost
still.
need to reset things for yourself.
Like every single round they
And they're not going to have money
just
enough
aren't
to
together.
go for that operator anyways. And I think that's what they need. They just need guns out and they need to fight against this Falcons team.
What do you think the adjustment is here? They've been trying to play a lot of these retake setups thus far. Hasn't
So now
really
they have
seemed
to do
be
an
working,
aggro
but at the
A.
same time, their
So they have
anchors are just
to-
getting ran over by Mary.
they have
That's
to
a bit odd.
absolutely
Their
send
two
it.
main looks have been fighting all over A lobby and then sort of like
Like, I gotta
trap
see an
play
Omen
over
flash,
towards
breach
C with
stun,
Sharp
jet
breach
dash.
stun. I think maybe getting a little bit more active into mid, you know, hunt down the Cypher camera that's placed outside Garage, put some pressure down that you might be actually flanking up against Falcons, because what's happening is Falcons are opening up A, and it doesn't matter if they have no
Could be a
control
comms
over
issue,
mid.
it's
Like, they
100%
don't have to
a
spend
comms
any
issue.
utility to get back into that space.
And we saw the first few rounds, they were going for some of those flank plays.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the flanks can definitely work for them. It's just at this point putting some amount of pressure on Falcons, because it's always been pressure into Falcons wherever Falcons open up attacking, and I think Falcons have just dealt really well with that A aggression.
Okay, 4-person push over towards A. This is nice. I would
the A
prefer
aggression.
the Omen to start on B to
It's
flash
ALG
this,
going back to
but
it.
it's
Same
all good.
Cypher cam
This is gonna be
setup to try
nice.
and make a
I
trap
don't like that they're
play
going for a
happen again.
trap play, but honestly, it might
I like
work.
this because that TP threatens the Omen stepping over into the cubby. Over on that
Recon
one.
goes
ALG
in,
should have heard that.
this person shoots it.
Also worried about someone stepping up into that Omen smoke. Falcons are reading big defensive
The Falcons are
aggression,
so
and
aware that they
haven't
were going to
seen
go
any
aggro
utility
here
so
or do
far.
something.
They've
They're
done
like,
such a
we've
good
won
job
every
of
single round by
eking
going
out
aggro
these
A.
trap
How have
plays
they not done
before they
anything
become
here?
a problem thus far. They might be walking into it
I
this
mean,
time.
this should be
Full
nice,
contact
right?
up.
Camera
Cypher
into
cam will
Omen
be the
flash,
first point
breach
of
stun.
contact. Paranoia stun, ready to go. Mary ahead of it. Can she escape the utility? Slides back. The Omen swings out, and there's
Dude,
no
Neon-
kill thus
Neon's
far. Falcons
insane.
will reply with
Like,
util
Neon
of
just
their
stops-
own.
Same time up short though.
Neon's
Muffin
just
gets shut
stopped a
down.
trap
That was
play
supposed to
without
be the
using
wrinkle there. It
anybody
was supposed
util
to
and just
catch Falcons
passive.
off guard, but Falcons were ready for everything.
But she was just too late. All the util was gone. Everyone could see. No one was stunned, and Falcons have a wide open door to see.
Falcons just seemed like they've known exactly what ALG want to do at all times. Have countered everything.
It checked
Even though
everywhere
they're
with the
getting
slide.
util
That was a
dumped,
nice
they're still
slide.
dodging away from it. Mary's diving into a corner.
1 HP had the Hunter's Fury. Chose not to use it.
Keep in mind, even if they try to play this retake, there's going to be a
So
late
overall,
TP
the
flank
retake.
over that tripwire.
This it should
Mary
not be
alone
able to
on the
survive.
site.
Okay.
Won't do any damage this time, so it's even 4v4. But Toki
Do you
has worked
ISO
all the way
this?
through mid. She'll be spotted. And onto the side, ALG go. That's a kidnap onto the first player. MadV has
It's
a
a kidnap.
1v1.
Like a-
1 HP outside is diffusing as MadV wins
Nice
her
as well.
fight.
And ALG are hunting. Right down, stuck down on long. It doesn't even matter.
Holy
Lion went all
four.
the way up. At the same time, Ginny won that 1v1 against
We're
the
watching a
Omen
1v1
flank.
and somehow the Cypher
You see
sent it
post
down
plants, they've
towards
actually
long and
found
killed
some
everyone.
success here for ALG.
And in that round, almost using the ISO
Surely the
against
replay
them.
machine's got
a
us
teammate
here.
out of the fight on both
Gotta
sides.
pray
They
for this
full
one.
commit to the fight down long. That's where we're seeing
Okay.
a bit better team play from ALG. You were talking about the Flood retakes. I think
Yes.
they're the best when they're just going fast,
Okay,
playing off each
1v1.
other, not really overcomplicating it.
I really love that they're just running
Wait,
down
that's
C-long
nuts.
as well, 'cause a lot of
Dude, so
teams
that
still just,
they
like,
had
start
3
staying on
people
the
down
spike
towards
and then
long. One's
counter
ISO
spam out
owing,
through that
one's
long.
Sova owing, so it's a
Yeah,
1v1.
exactly, but ALG are
But kind of,
taking
if this
that
person
fight
wins the
to
1v1, they pretty much get
Falcons, and
3
it
of
worked for
them. Yeah, I think they
Still,
committed
it's
too much.
7-2,
Didn't
they
need to do
want some more
Sova right
rounds
now.
here. This is the change you were talking about in that time up. A bit more aggression maybe
Oh.
in mid. It's, what is
Oh
that?
no, that's a big
That was a
misclick.
misclick for sure.
Yeah, we're trying to Sova roll a recon.
But the crossfire on B was never discovered, and Falcons are sending Mary into it. Down goes Mad V. Evan somehow found a trade through
Yeah,
this
Omen
one, and they
Flash is
come
good
out
here.
even from that engagement. Finally, though, Mary is dealt with, and now the spike is down in the hands of ALG.
Lexa could be looking for a body here. We'll pop the smoke to recover the cage, but with the drill coming out, that's going to eat up that entire cage length. And they haven't been able to make it in.
Lexa doesn't have another one.
Right here.
There is a dart to work with.
Hey, recon might actually...
Somehow it does.
Yeah.
A whiff coming out, but Jimmy defends her teammate's
One
life.
bullet.
Eva turns the flash, but there's not enough bullets. And
Okay,
ALG,
Sova is
for the
just
first time
so
this
happy
match,
right now.
Win rounds back to back.
I don't know, I could see
Wasted
that
the
for Eva.
ult,
She
but
had-
won
she
the
had
round.
5 more in the tank. There's a world she's coming away with that one. But no. And again, I think this is now a few rounds. Lion's been having some serious impact later on into it. Here, of course, that crossfire catching out Falcons. And it seems like Falcons, or ALG rather, they've taken a couple of these timeouts and they're recognizing the tendencies of Falcons. Well, yes, they're opening up into A every round. A lot of times they like to go back onto the other side of the map. So that double stack is going to work. And Lion actually getting a giga forward camera. Going to be big info late in the round.
This recon is wrecking them a little bit, but this
Pads
recon on
on
A
the dart
main didn't
towards
get
A.
shot.
The ISO fighting
Ooh,
and
nice.
1 HP.
Redeemed for
It's like one of the
last
first
round.
times they've
good
actually won this
opener
duel
there.
over towards A main.
By the way, C-Long.
This is good as well, yeah, I was
we're
going
all
to
the way
say
up there.
C-Long so
Dude, we're
much
tripping.
util. Yeah, we can pick up the camera and leave
There's
it, right?
2 cyber troops on top of each other kissing.
Is that what they're doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what cyber troops do.
It's their business.
Their free time is theirs.
So a 4v5 to navigate here for Falcons.
Okay, it's weird. So they break
They're
the...
soon going to
Ah,
discover.
I was wondering how
that
they were going to
second
play
cypher
that.
trip down long.
It's like you might as well
They're
not
moving
use the
very over
camera
towards A.
and
Now
then
that they hit that
break
trip,
the
though,
trip and then you check
Mary
it
might
later
get
to see
spotted
if they're
here,
actually
Drone
sending it.
clears her out. It's Neon though. Slide across and you're out of there scot-free.
It's just that simple, turns out. Falcons tried to
Where are
sell
we
a little
going?
bit more
Where's the
pressure
actual
up
call
towards
right
C,
now?
not
We've
just
got
breaking
40
the trip,
seconds.
But also
Gotta make a
Dark.
decision.
The spike.
This time ALG not
Okay,
over-rotating.
fake A into
They've
C
stuck
hit,
to their
not bad.
guns. But
They broke the camera, they broke the trip. They know they don't get early info.
Marion alone, doing anything here.
Hello?
A huge 2-hour stun.
Okay, it's okay though,
Muffin
because
the
look at
savior
the
again.
actual
But at the
rotate.
same
It's
time,
so
there's now
wow.
3 players from Falcons on the C site.
Big Jill,
Lion was
and then you
hanging
can
out
one-way
there for
smoke.
forever, but it doesn't matter. The second she
Yeah.
leaves, the site's
Damn.
open, and now it's a 3-on-4. Not
Take this
unwinnable
one.
for Falcons.
A teleport canceled out, and it spammed through the smoke off the side for ult.
He has a lovely
Suddenly
ult.
This round is even.
Dude, the ult had 3 people
Jimmy
lined
pushed
up.
away as well.
Dude, the calling from
Toki stepped
Falcons
up
is
into
sick,
garage
by the way.
window.
It's been very nice.
But there's a flank around. Yusin's making noise. Spotted out. Toki deals with her. 3v2. Paranoia back sight. And Falcons are fighting forward in this post plant. They are not
Ah,
giving
what a round
an
this was. This
iota
was
of
awesome.
space
This
to
decision on the
ALG.
40 seconds here to do the
3v5
fake A was
victory
incredible.
in the post
It was
plant.
so good. And it's all,
Honestly,
all kind of down because they
I
know
thought
that they
for a
broke
second
the
Falcons were
Cypher
getting lost in
cam.
the sauce. It
Like
was
I think the
fake
Cypher
on
messed
fake
it
on
up, right?
fake.
You had
Mary
trip,
hanging out
and then
over
you had
towards A.
cam, but you're still
But
checking
when
the
they
cam.
sent her into sights
Like
on
if
these
you're gonna leave the
fakes,
camera
she's been
there, it should
super
be check the
effective.
cam
There she doesn't quite
5
get
to
the
10
kills, but
seconds,
having
probably
the
7
Omen
seconds is
fast
the sweet
reposition
spot
onto
after
C
the
site.
trip's been broken.
Perfectly done
Because then you can
for
see if it's a
Falcons.
fake or how many numbers are here.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was.
So yeah,
agree.
it messed
Yeah.
up a little
Good
bit
take.
there. Or you just take the
Really
camera
insightful
if you
stuff
can
from the Falcons
play it
camp.
like they did.
We've seen this one a few times on this map thus far. The ALG attempts at a lobby fights, and This time again, there's no one home.
That's like the old shock that people used to do, but with a
C1 push
recon.
at the
That's
start
kind
of
of cool.
round for Falcons, though.
It's never been done.
Yeah, Madvi did end up popping
Mind you, a
the
lot of
shield.
FNS is calling. Yeah, they're making it easy, right? They're doing defaults where
They're gonna do it again.
they, like you said, like they insert
Does
someone
Muffin have a
somewhere.
timing? Not quite.
Like this again. We
Lexa
have
makes it
a
across
neon
short,
inserted
short.
over towards C. You can hear rotate. You can hear the camera. Give yourself options if they push. Over towards here, we've inserted one over towards short. Like they're just getting so
Really
much
nice
space from
position
their
to play this round
default.
from. Falcons have inserts on A, on C, and now
And then we
getting
wall
up into
fake
garage.
with a
Like,
drone.
ALG just don't have any forward space except
honestly, the
for
Cypher
A.
wins
Muffin
this,
getting
right?
that is massive. And yet Lexus crept forward.
Nice
And
shot.
1 HP wasn't watching. That's one. A stun for Ginny is good, but Lexa finds a bit of a safe haven. She's not going to have any help in this round, but a smoke from
gets out
ALG's
as well.
teammate lets Lexa escape.
And now the rest of Falcons have been called in. Paranoia doesn't end up hitting.
Too early. Dart broken though. 3 players backside Muffin again.
I think they had to pre-stun this,
Dash
but
away. 3 for Muffin. The
Okay,
4th
nice
as well.
frags.
And back
4.
in Berlin. Muffin comes online.
Okay, Muffin!
Four
Muffin's
could
starting to
be
heat
enough.
up out there. She's looking real good in the final
the
round.
attack will look more together.
Absolutely nasty stuff and back on site. And we're back in this.
And that's what ALG wanted, right? Importing 2 Thai players into the roster. Winning out in China. And from a real rough start, it's now 4
nice
to
shots,
ALG. We'll see if they can recover.
This was
when we
a
return.
sick attack though. It was nice to watch. Yeah, they had someone inserted all the time. Like the calling here was really cool.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Chat, let me mute this so my VOD doesn't get copyright striked. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Dude, it's just the easiest way to call though. When like you do a default and then you actually have someone there to be able to help your calling and let you know what's happening on the other side of the map. It's just like the best thing ever. Teams have got so much better at it. Like teams used to do it a lot with Sky, just to create fakes and pressure because it was just the same thing. And then last year we didn't really see it too much, but this year teams are doing it in the right amount. I say last year again, it's still this year, but okay, we're back.
Third seed could do, especially when a sub had to come into the roster. But it has been a strong start for the team, up 8-4 on Haven, and for Lexa, the sub in particular.
Turns out she's just the super sub, 13-5 in the first 12 rounds here. Definitely having a good way to kick things off. And yet ALG were able to get some momentum back at the end there. Big round to finish things off on, and actually winning 3 of the last 4, with Muffin showing up in a big way, getting super snappy on those shots in the final round. Don't think they're out of it just yet.
But if they want to stay in this game, the pistol round, pretty necessary, and
Holy.
Mary is not slowing down, maybe. She should have
I mean, the Omen Flash hit so many.
Toki has players spotted out by the dart, but cannot connect the kill.
Good counter
Yeah,
util, making
this
it
was a little
tough
bit
there
weird.
to
I
keep
feel
the
like
fight
they
going.
meant to Omen Flash earlier off the recon
Tucked in the smoke towards short.
because
ALG maybe
didn't look
looking to
great.
re-hit into this one.
Yeah, as soon as this trip gets broken, though, it's so hard for Falcons to commit 3 players
yeah,
onto
this
the
is
A
great
site.
pressure.
Yeah, Madvi ends up getting
Now
called
got 2
back
people
over
to watch.
hang out over towards front B.
Like the
That
Cypher,
allows ALG to
Cypher should be
reset
watching
all
this, and
5
then this
players
person
and
should
gear
be
up
here.
for this A finish.
Yeah, they've done so
No
good to
dash
just
on
make sure that
Muffin.
there has to be 2 people like watching
May
this.
just be waiting for the refresh of that breach stun.
Stun's back.
There it is.
Goes the dart. Both pieces of utility will be used into this site. There's a player in that close corner, and Muffin has found the opener. Evan Madvi, though,
No
coming
way, the
online
Silver
in
on
this round.
short.
Another towards
Silver on
still
short got
never
2.
shut down. Finally, she'll die, but it's still a 1v2. It's the super sub, Lexa.
Alexa, she's been so good here now, pushing out through the smokes, takes her timing, but Lion
She did it
shuts
right
her
to
down.
isolate a 1v1
3
there.
kills on the round, and ALG up to 5.
Okay, this is pretty cool though. We get 1-1
critical
for
pistol
pistols, so it's open.
For the CN representative. And I think showing some really solid mid-rounding there. A big
ISO might
contrast, I
cook
think,
on
to what we
defense.
saw from
I need to
EG
see the
last year, where it felt like at
ISO.
times they looked
Did they double
pretty
damage at the
one-dimensional.
beginning here?
ALG,
I think
especially
so.
with Ginny's calling in the mix, has done, I think, a better job of slowing some of these rounds down.
This wasn't a
tying
great
into
pistol
that
really
mid
from
round, which is
defense.
Super important
Like
here.
the Neon
I
had
like the
nothing
decision not to
I don't
go
know if the Neon
full-
went too
fully
early
through
and you
with
meant
that
to
lurk
stay in
on
the
B,
smoke or whatever,
regroup
but
with the team.
holy hell, no way.
We'll see if they can scout out this stack.
Four.
That's 3 players,
4-person stack.
and that's 0
Oh,
players.
this one.
Funny how
Okay, I
quickly
think they
things
handled
fall
this well.
apart.
One def, 1 armor,
I think it
that's
was
it.
4 there.
Was there 4?
Yeah, all hiding
I can't
together.
count.
Now Alexa the only one.
I mean, you told me she's the super sub.
Those
So
are your
she-
words, not mine.
Yeah, but you told me that.
Okay.
They did it right.
Not
Armor.
super enough.
Not super enough. Yeah. You know what? Expected. All good. And oh my, Muffin has knives?
Bonus round knives.
Wait, that's, yeah, drop the Bulldog over to a teammate, pop the knives. I mean, you are sitting pretty for the rest of the half.
Yeah, we're talking about win conditions for ALG. Number 1 is Muffin, and she has heated up these last 5 rounds.
And she
Last
has,
one down. My
even with the
ultimate.
break, you know, sometimes you get up on the stage, you got that couple minutes in between halves to reset. Sometimes I
Yeah, you gotta wait a bit,
Muffin,
Elio.
though. Doing all right.
Gotta wait a couple of days.
She has elected to stick with the Bulldog, though. 1 HP on Sheriff duty this round.
If they get a pick, something like that, could still pop it in the mid-round, transfer back on over.
Yeah, really interesting setup, I think, at the start of the round. With Mad V was holding right there, I think that first contact line. I think if you saw anyone, it was going to be Mary sliding out into the open, maybe assisted by a Paranoia. They fall out of that
Okay, the
space
bonus is
now,
really
then,
good.
hey,
I'm surprised
ALG
they're
has made so
not
much noise
throwing
early
this
on. We
over
gotta guard
using
up that
knives, but
garage
we'll
area.
see. Drone clears all the garage.
I'm gonna see
We
anyone.
got camera to see that no one's following it up. Okay, now we create a lot of pressure. Someone could be in the smoke.
Falcons
This is
used their
good.
own drone down A long, they got nothing.
In reaction, we see a
Ooh,
double
that's such
push
a
on
big
short.
Now all of a sudden forced to go into this C site.
Hey, that's
Up
nice
over the top
pathing.
is Muffin. That's a big one. Bulldog panned off in a big way, but Mad V
Lovely
has
Jewel
now
as
been
well.
dealt with.
Holy.
And there's a
Winning a
flank coming
bonus here
through.
would be
Falcons have sent
everything.
2 players all the way through A. But it's flanks on flanks. This Omen in mid. Who comes out the better of the timings? Yusin holding. Evan spotted, but doesn't shoot in time, and Mary's there.
Okay, they played that pretty
Took
well
over
as
the
well, though.
moment. An opportunity squandered.
ALG need to flip the map
The
and
double
get over into C
breach
That's
flash.
exactly what they're calling to do now. 2 flashes to play with. First one comes in, but Toki hears everything she needs. Yeah, 1 goes down, and look at
It's
the
unlucky, man. They had a really good bonus, to be fair. They definitely had a
synergy for
chance to win this.
Falcons
I feel like these
gets
two,
them their
of the
9th
reaction of
round.
losing Garage was
So
awesome.
proactive.
As soon as they
in
lost
that
Garage,
one,
and it was like for
realizing they have
sure
gaps,
the Cypher
committing to that
camera's
double
been
flank
shot,
early on,
and question marks have
every
been
time there was a
created. Double
fight,
push on
even with
short,
the
that was
weird
awesome.
whiff in mid on window, immediately Mary's there, a second angle to swing, to trade.
Houston's definitely going to want that one back. It's been a tough half, tough game so far for her. She needs to show up here if ALG are going to fight back seriously against
They had
Falcons.
to push spawn there without the flash. Yeah, I agree.
Radvi
You gotta
already has that
2-1
ISO
it.
online.
You gotta 2-1 it. And take the chance. Because once you give it away that you're
Some
here,
serious heavy
it's
lifting
just you've lost, right?
There's going to be 4 players coming into her screen quickly. Look at that utility.
Wow,
Quick
they put
seizing of
they
the
put
space
their
by
stun
Falcons,
into this
and
as
I
well.
don't
So
think
their
ALG are
aggro
gonna mess
A
with
to
that
stop
for some
this
time.
is
Both halves now, you're seeing the strength of that
recon-
Neos. I don't think there has been a round
recon,
where Falcons
stun, double
have wanted
damage.
a lobby control where they have
Nice.
not earned it.
Very important, though, that after getting
Yeah,
that
the
forward
stun's a big
position, 2
investment. That's when
players
they want to
rotate
punish
over
this. They
towards
insert
C
2
and
people
towards
here as
B.
well. I say insert, they
Seeing
just
the
push 2
Falcons show
people.
big presence on that A side early on. They actually have 2 players ready to
Shock
fight
just
this one
missed
through.
this
It's not a free
camera.
sight.
Muffin against
Oi.
Lexa, and she's ripped out of the sky this time. Lexa has the utility, has a ping, and
Stand-in's doing
can't
incredible
pull the
work.
third. So ALG come out the better of that one, but the ISO ultimate, Mad V in the 1v1. Yusin on the swing, and Mad V wins it again. Too effective in that ultimate.
Yeah, the only
Yeah,
time
and the
Mad V
30
dies to that
HP
ult
call gets
is
made by
after
the
she
Cypher
comes
as
out
well.
of it, winning the 1v1,
Double
getting
damage hits
swarmed.
both.
Now it's Falcons doing the swarming themselves.
Oh,
Mary
maybe not.
baits
Didn't
out
hit
the
the
shots,
breach.
turns around, but it's Ginny sitting her down. 2 on 2 now, and ALG forced off the angle. 1 HP down low. Time Time is on their side. It's starting to work away, but MadV coming around the corner gets the first. And into a
that's
one-on-one now.
unlucky.
Toki around the
So
corner.
sure they're
Falcons
going
moving
right.
up to 10.
Another lovely retake from Falcons, just playing together, and it wasn't about the utility. It's just about how early they're getting these power
Yeah, this
ults
looks hard to
online.
play against. 'Cause
MadV,
honestly,
every
the
time she has her
ISO
ult, she's getting
is
a
pretty
kill
nice for
in that kill
retakes once you
contract,
have the
and it is
neon,
such a massive
the
reason.
neon
Reason
ISO
we're
and
starting to
Omen
see this comp
alive.
played more and more on Haven.
100%. MadV's
Well, not
farming
this
in those
one
ults.
quite, maybe
Sure.
with the Yoru instead,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're seeing the power of that ISO.
Exactly.
I think they're probably going to do that aggro A
Individual
again
pick.
with the
I think
reach.
Lexa, too, just
Sorry, the
played that
neon stun.
perfectly. I mean, great tracking on the updraft dashing Jet.
Yeah, 4 passing.
Getting some trip kills too with the repositioned back plat.
Dude, a fast commit on attack would be pretty good here.
Muffin will finally use those
Oh,
blades.
this actually could go right. I know they have no guns into this, but it's the best call.
Uh-oh, get back here. Oh, no.
Pulled straight
Dude, that's
into Maddie's
devastating.
crosshair. And that really slows this round down a bit for ALG. They'll flood
Yeah,
their way
chill,
towards
don't have
the
to make a
seaside.
play.
Yeah, Lexa decided to get
Yeah,
off
the
that
Cypher
site with
chilling
the
here
numbers
is like the
advantage.
best thing
Doesn't
ever,
wanna
right? You
die
try
out
and
there.
move
She
in,
gets
make
one,
a
that's
play
gun
here,
on the
give them a
ground.
gun.
Falcons gonna take their time
The
with
worst
this.
thing. Instead, we move over, get the
Cypher
body
off.
for the ult.
Shows
the
all
stand-in
four
is playing
players left
incredible.
on ALG together on this site. Lexa spamming through as Mary runs all the way around backside, isolates 1 HP. Toki finds a
Holy,
duel
that
as
was
well,
nice
and
shots
that
as well.
spray transfer. She didn't find the
Kinda
final
unlucky
kill.
to not get the third
But Mary
there.
got hers.
Wow.
Yeah, they're getting
Yeah,
outclassed
I mean,
a little
just the unrelenting smokes coming out of that passageway. Just so
The trip here,
frustrating to deal
yeah,
with.
they should
It's
be
so
using
wild to see
the
Mary, a player
like just
who
as a default
comes
on
in at
attack.
the
If you're not
end
going to be
of the year
reconning
for
long, I think
G2
you got to at
2
least
years ago,
use the
and then just
Sova
helps that team
shock
turn
for
it around.
from
Wins
B,
in the
especially if you want to
NBA,
send
a
it in,
win
right?
Here at GCC in Berlin, and then she falls away, goes to work on her education, returns to competition,
ISO shield
and this
saved him a
year
little
is
bit there.
immediately back in the same form and back at the championship.
Yeah, joining midway through and keeping that momentum running.
Over there.
Always a scary player, always someone you have to be watching. And ALG
They invest
have
the
to find
stun?
some
Probably
way of
not if they're not.
shutting her and the other
Oh,
top
boy.
fraggers down. It's not going to happen if they're getting so
Yeah,
ulted.
ISO
Good
double
sidesteps on a few
damage
of those,
into
but the final
Sova.
shot is the one that kills you.
And you see the combination too. They even use the decay from the ISO.
ISO
with
might
that
just
play
wall
to
push
make it
long
even
here.
more potent.
Yeah.
And Matt
Pop shield, so you have got to
Okay.
expect the
I mean,
peak.
she's just fighting, not backing away from a single duel. She wants a little bit more.
ALG are going to re-hit into this one, and this reposition is gross. Did they clear close right?
Does it matter if they do?
Might not. Madvi ahead of it.
doesn't.
That's one.
It
The
doesn't.
second as well.
down
No
A.
trouble for
Damn,
Madvi.
dude.
Yeah, don't even bother looking that way, because it's not going to matter.
Yeah, it's instant. You die.
Wow.
Yeah, the ISO stuff looks
12
pretty
to
good.
6.
You know, I
Fnatic
usually
came up
don't
with something
like
pretty cool, to be
associate
honest.
maps with players.
think people might
A lot of the
experiment
time
a little
we're
bit more with
this
ISO
player's
on other
like
maps.
The goat of this map, like Madvi
But
genuinely.
does feel
you
like
don't
it combos
watch some of
incredibly
the
well with the
Haven
Sova
games that
majority of the
Falcons
time.
have played. She is
Spike down
always
A.
topping the leaderboard, like ridiculous performances time after time. And it's no
Map
no
looks
difference
over.
here on land.
Yeah, it's it is pretty much done.
Madvi
Like this
really
ult is just so
Falcons
strong.
with the
Like these
roster
ults are
since
great for getting over
2022
towards the site, but
rebuilt
you just have the
around her.
ISO for the retake.
And still putting up
ISO
numbers
not as
today.
useless as some might say. It does do
ALG,
all of the
what you
roles
gonna
of
do?
the
Big
breach
ults to
pretty
play
much
with, and it might
in
just
this
be a
map.
fast B exec.
Here. Look at the players from Falcons, though.
And then you
There's
probably
already
have a
two
little bit
working
more
a
where you
flank through
can
A.
They've
gamble
been
risks
uncontested in
of
this A lobby space the last 3 rounds in a row.
popping your shield and sending it.
Dash in for Muffin. Up above again.
the-
She'll dive into
Guys,
Madvi,
this
and
this
that's the
trip
spike.
front
Die
B is
instantly.
getting way too much when they have a
ALG,
Sova.
what can they do now? No spike, barely a chance in this round. They need someone to be a hero.
At least the smoke lets you pick that one up somewhat easily. But you're still getting pinched, and now you're getting pulled into the spirit realm.
Another 1v1 for Madvi, and no surprises.
23 to 10.
Too. Rolling Thunder. In, but Mary's faster, already around the
No,
side,
man.
running and
Yeah,
cutting,
messed up the
but
movement a
cannot
little bit.
get the kill.
She's just laughing to herself.
So an open C site. But do they even have time to plant this one? Falcons is already on their tail. Lexa picking away 3 players from spawn. Waiting to hear that plant go down, and 1 HP will. Only Ginny left alive in the IGL. This is just too much to deal with. Eva
Yeah, I
will
mean,
die, but
this was very,
Toki
very
takes
nice.
care of
Madvi
the
played
last,
insane.
and Falcons
I feel like
debut at
the
GCC
Cypher
with
played
a
great.
13
bro.
to 6 map number 1, claiming their opponent's pick.
Hey, not